Adam, you had some interesting thoughts on using Pinterest for marketing research. Could you share those?
Yeah, I've always loved the concept of social proof, of being able to use kind of signals from social networks and other things to kind of provide some evidence of what people think about you or think about products and services you have at your company. So for instance, if you take example Twitter, when Twitter introduced lists, you could get an idea of how people perceived you by checking out what the names of the lists were. So if you had been put in 50 lists or 100 lists or more, you could see where a majority of folks considering you an entrepreneur or a techie or a geek or a nice guy or a jerk or something like that. And so there was, I think, a lot that could be learned from looking at individuals who were new to you and what other people were perceiving them to be, because in branding, right, it's not necessarily about what you say your brand is, it's about your customers and what they say your brand is, so it's about perception. And so with Pinterest, the interesting thing that you can do is you can actually find out all of the pins that are on there from one particular source. And so why not do that from your own website or from your competitor's website and see what has been pinned all from that one web page? And when you do that, you can actually check out the names of all of the boards that somebody has pinned, for instance, a product of yours. So I use, in a blog post that I did recently, I used a company called FastMac as an example. And FastMac has a USB wall socket, where you plug your stuff in, your electrical stuff in, but you can also take it and plug USB devices in there, like your iPhone and such. And if you go and look under what was posted strictly from FastMac, you could see that out of all the products that they had on that site, that 99% of the 150 or 200 posts images that people pinned to Pinterest, that they were all actually the USB wall socket. And you could see that the things that people were saying about the wall sockets, based on the pins and the comments and other things that were related to those images, were things like, incredible items I want to have, or must have, or really want, or for home and decor, or whatever it may be. And so you get a good idea of what people like on your site, what they're kind of passionate about, what they've seen. And in fact, the image that was pinned was not necessarily the product image, but it was actually an ad that showed the price of the item, a few shots of it, and a bunch of bullet points that were inside the image. So people gravitated towards that for some reason. Another quick tip, and in order to do that, you just simply go to pinterest.com/source and then add whatever the domain is, .com.net. So in this case, it would have been pinterest.com/source/fastmac.com. And another couple quick things to do is when you go ahead and you get all of those pinned all up from one source on one page, you copy and paste that into a Word document and just use it for later. You can take a look at it, you can show some other folks, some stakeholders, some people in your marketing department, and it also retains the link, so that way you could kind of click and follow and see, well, what other kind of items were in the same board that somebody called must have or home decor and things like that. So those are just a couple interesting ways that you might glean a little bit of interest in social proof from Pinterest.